back to my channel, or hello if you are new. We are continuing on our cozy fall days, and I am so excited because I have a very exciting new piece of furniture that I've been talking about for a while, and I found it over this weekend. Finally. I told you guys, I think in a few videos back, that I was looking to switch out our black hutch that we've had in there that had beautiful glass doors. I genuinely loved that hutch for so many years. Last year when I went to the Found Cottage Mercantile, I saw this vendor that had nothing but raw wood furniture. It was absolutely stunning, and I thought, that is what I want in my house. It's warm, it's cozy, definitely a little more rustic. It gives that cottage vibe. I fell in love with it. So if you want to look up the vendor, it was called Canvas and Cargo. They do sell furniture online. However, it's obviously vintage antique pieces, which comes with a hefty price tag. Thousands and thousands of dollars for these beautiful pieces of furniture. I know how much work goes into restoring it to get it to that raw wood look, so I get it. Especially if it's done professionally. Definitely worth it, but not something that I personally wanted to invest in. So I've been searching Facebook Marketplace pretty much ever since last fall. But over the summer, when I started to think about my fall decorating and our Christmas decor, this is the time of year where I really evaluate a lot of my furniture and different bigger pieces and think, okay, what do I want to do? Are there any projects I want to get done before the end of the year? Anyways, long story short, I started looking on Facebook Marketplace a few months ago, like every single day, multiple times a day. And I was just searching for raw wood hutch, English pine hutch, open shelf hutch, different keywords like that to try to find this look. And meanwhile, I had this Pinterest board, and I would pin certain furniture pieces that I loved, that caught my eye, and I pinned it to that. That way, when a piece did come up, I could kind of compare it and make sure it's really what I was wanting. So I found this hutch, come over Facebook Marketplace, and it was a little bit of a drive. It was a little under 2 hours away. I went ahead and offered a price on it. The guy accepted, and Taylor and I went and picked it up whenever he was off on Saturday. We got it home and I brought it inside. Honestly, the color matched our hood vent above our stove almost perfectly. So it was like a little bit of it was more like a medium brown. I knew I was wanting to go for more of that raw wood, so I went back and forth. Do I keep it the medium brown? Do I go ahead and finish it, see if I can get it a little bit lighter? And last year, I had done a few pieces of furniture where I did the oven cleaner method on to get all of the varnish and stain off of it and get it to that raw wood like way quicker than sanding. And after I saw the piece, I knew that I could do that method fairly easy. I don't have a whole lot of time to spare. It just happened to work out when we got back home from bringing that piece in. Both girls went down for a nap, and I was able to take it outside, and I had some oven cleaner left over. Taylor ran to Dollar General to get me a few more cans to make it through the project, and I got it done. I was just so excited about it that I was just like ready to see what it would look like finished. If you've never tried the oven cleaner method before, it is so much easier than sanding, but it really has to be the right piece. If you have a ton of like clear sealer on it, it's not gonna work very well. If you have a thin coat of the sealer, I feel like it works pretty well. You have to make sure that the piece is 100% wood and not some like particle board. It'll warp really easy. So what you do is you spray the oven cleaner, it'll foam up. I want the whole entire piece to be foamy. Let it sit for a few minutes, and then you'll take a big bucket of soapy water. I just used Dawn dish soap and hose water and a scrub brush like for the bathroom. I would dip it in the water and scrub that stain and varnish off. And you just repeat that, and then once you've scrubbed the whole piece, you hose it down, which sounds so crazy, but trust me, it works. Definitely a summer project though. You want to be outside. I did it in my gravel so it didn't stain our concrete or anything, because all that stain is just going to be running off of the furniture. Sprayed it off, and then I wiped it down really well, and then let it sit in the sun for a few hours, and it turned out amazing. Better than I thought it would. And the longest part was taking the hardware off and back on again. Really, it's the quickest way to get that raw wood look. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. I did host a supper club over the weekend, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go ahead and make lunch real quick, and I wanted to kindly thank Factor for sponsoring this portion of today's video. You guys know I've been loving Factor meals in this postpartum season that I'm in because I don't have a whole lot of time to make a bunch of meals. I'm trying to get better at meal prepping, but having the Factor meals ready to go, they are amazing quality. I can't even tell you like how good these meals are. And every single one has been delicious. Taylor and I both love them. I've given some to my dad. I've given some to my brother and sister-in-law. Like everyone loves them. I also have fresh pressed juices and smoothies. If you're a busy mom or you're on the go and you want some healthy meals, taste gourmet, check out Factor. Okay, today I think I'm gonna do the jalapeno lime cheddar chicken with spicy cilantro cauliflower rice. Yum. Factor has fresh, ready to go, never frozen meals that you can pop into the microwave for about 2 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer depending on what it is. There's a weekly menu of over 35 options, so there is truly something for everyone. You don't have to mess with meal prepping. You don't have to have the hassle or extra time spent making pre-portioned meals. These are ready to go for you. Some holes into the film. Put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code KailynCash50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's KailynCash50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Such a great deal. I will leave the link down below in my description box if you would like to check it out. And thanks again to Factor for sponsoring. I'm gonna eat my lunch and then we're gonna head over to the new hutch. Here is the new hutch. I love it. Like I said, I put up the before picture. This is what it looks like after. I cannot believe how well the stain came off of this piece. It's like the perfect light raw wood look now. I debated on keeping the black hardware, but for now I'm just gonna leave it because the holes match perfectly. But honestly, the holes weren't very big and it's kind of like, you can see little nail marks. I think this was a homemade piece. So I don't feel like it would look bad if there were little holes from new hardware. So that is to be determined. But I already filled it with everything from our last hutch. I keep like our napkin rings, ribbon for the different seasons, a few extra styling things for like tablescapes. And then in the bottom, I have all of my tablecloths and runners, that sort of thing. It's definitely smaller than our last hutch, but I feel like it fills this space up a little bit better and it's not as big on this wall. So I'm gonna style the shelves with you all. And I'm so excited. I've got some pottery pieces, some gourds. We're gonna keep it pretty simple, but nice and cozy. So let's do it. Love it so much. Top shelf, I have these really pretty vintage plates. They're kind of a brown color and ivory. I love these. I have a set of 7 of them, but I only placed 4 on this top shelf. I thought these little pumpkin candles were so cute. I don't remember where I got them, but I've had them for a few years and I've never been brave enough to light them, but I think they're so cute. On the second shelf, I have one of these really pretty pottery bowls. This one's a little bit different. It has more like ribs on it, and this one's like a traditional style. I have a paper mache pumpkin. I love like the neutral colors on this hutch. I think it's so pretty. And then I have this paper mache like bowl. This has tons of texture on it. Love it. I have some dried gourds in it. You guys know I've been loving dry gourds this season. I also have a pottery jug and a little creamer. And then I've got this cute little bowl, and I just placed a pumpkin candle. Oh, it smells so good. I had this burning the other night. And then I just placed a few little leaves here and there. That's it. I thought about putting leaves on the top of the hutch, but I decided to just leave it plain because I love the detail of the trim work on top. So I wanted to be able to see that. Added the runner and our arrangement back on the table because over the weekend I hosted a fall supper club dinner for some girlfriends, and it was such a fun time. Actually, I brought in like a folding table and put it next to our main table, and brought in more chairs and made one big giant table. That way we could all sit around basically in a circle and everyone would have a seat. Everybody brought a fall dish, and we had soup, chicken, rice, butternut squash casserole, green bean casserole, all the pumpkin spice desserts, apple pie. It was so good. And then we made a fun pumpkin craft together. I saw this idea on Instagram and I thought it would be so much fun for a girls' night. So I went and got a bunch of little pumpkins from Menards, and they had the cutest like whimsical little stems on them. And I ordered some dried flowers on Amazon, got some little paintbrushes and Mod Podge, and we Mod Podged the flowers onto the pumpkins. Okay, here's my little pumpkin. I think it's so cute. It was hard to get some of the bigger flowers to like stick on, but nonetheless, we had a lot of fun. So here you can see some of the flowers. There was like part of a leaf, some flowers up here. None of the flowers have fallen off yet. I feel like that one turned out really good because it's nice and flat. This was a really fun craft, and I feel like it's one that you could do with kids too. I've thought about taking some of the leftover pumpkins that we have and going outside and finding some like flat, not so crunchy leaves that have fallen, and then I could Mod Podge them on to the pumpkins with the kids. I feel like they would really enjoy that. To make it as full or as sparse as you would like, I kind of went somewhere in between. I wanted to show you guys our front porch because it's another area that I decorated before we had guests over this weekend. We kind of cleaned it up. Taylor's been working so hard on the steps. They're not completely done yet, but we just have one more step to go. He's going to be able to finish that up here in a few weeks. Now I went ahead and decorated the steps for fall, added some pumpkins. If you missed I think it was my Hello September vlog, we went to a fall market and I picked up some pumpkins there. I got to use them and decorate. So let me take you outside and I'll show you what the porch looks like for fall. It's been raining all morning, so it's definitely giving all the cozy fall vibes. But here's our front door. I hung up my wreaths. I love this burgundy color. I feel like they are so beautiful. We haven't stained our front doors yet, but that's on the list to do as well. And then we made these faux trees for the front porch. Taylor helped me do these. They're kind of leaning a little bit, but we added rocks to the bottom of the soil and then just stuck some leaf picks inside and created some little faux trees. I think the stems together were under $10, so that was a fun little DIY. I was gonna film it, but we were in such a rush. I really didn't have time to, but all I did was zip tied the stems together that they came on and put a bunch of rocks down around the base of the stem and then just filled it with potting soil. It was very easy. We had all of this on hand already, and I thought it's something different other than mums. I was gonna get mums too, but decided not to because I didn't want to try to keep them alive. And then here are some of the pumpkins that we picked up from the fall market. It's rained, so I feel like the brick is really wet right now. And so I feel like the brick is really wet right now, but I just lined up some pumpkins on the steps. All of our flowers are doing fairly well still, surprisingly. Our rose bushes are getting bigger all the time, and a lot of our flowers are like re-blooming, so we might still have flowers for a while. We've been sitting out here multiple times a day. It's been in the upper 70s and it has been so nice. Like there's a breeze right now. I don't even think it's 75 right now. It feels so good outside. So I've been drinking coffee out here in the mornings. I did move the little table that I had right here. I might move it back. I'm not really sure. But for our fall party, since we had a lot going on over here, I decided to move it, and I feel like I kind of like how open this area feels. I think the smaller hutch and just having this space more open to walk around the table, I think I'm gonna leave it like this for a little while. I also moved that magnolia wreath to this door. You can kind of see it through this arched doorway, and I seriously love it. It is stunning. It's just dried magnolia leaves stuck into a grapevine wreath. I know this took a lot of time to do, I'm sure, but it is beautiful. I got it from my friend Nicole at the Simplistic Home. She was set up at a fall market, and these are just gorgeous. I cannot believe that October is literally next week. It is crazy that we're already here. And we are crossing off some stuff on our fall bucket list, which is so much fun. We did go to the apple orchard a few weekends ago and got a bunch of apples and apple crisp mix. We walked through the fields. They had some bees there, which was neat to see with the kids. And they also had their apple cider donuts and apple cider slushies. So the kids really enjoyed those. And I'm so excited because all of the pumpkin patches are opening with Brooks's school here soon. So that's always a fun day. And then I'm sure we'll go as a family as well to do the pumpkin cutout where you can stick the baby in. I did that with Brooks when he was a baby, and I want to recreate it with Braylon. Braylon was born in October also, so we have her birthday coming up. So I'm planning her birthday party, which is so much fun. I cannot believe she's gonna be 2 years old. We're gonna have her party here at our house. I think we're gonna just set up some tables outside in our yard, and we're having a traveling petting zoo come. A few donkeys, they have some sheep, there's a miniature horse. I feel like it's gonna be so much fun. I know she's gonna absolutely love it. And we've been looking at the animals, so for them to come to our house and set up and all the kids will be able to love on them, I think it'll be really, really sweet. I might film like setting up for her birthday because I love looking back on those videos and just having those memories. The theme is going to be twirling into two, and it's all based on one of our favorite books. It's called Twirl by Emily Lex, and it is the sweetest, cutest little book who loves to dance, and then she starts noticing all of these other animals dancing differently than her. Basically, it's all about how God created her uniquely and perfectly, dance her own way and to have joy. It has geese and rabbits and butterflies and all these like animals that all dance in their own unique way too. So I thought, let's do a party with all of those things, and the illustration is so cute in this book. I'll probably have this book sitting out at her party. Ducks swirl, butterflies glide, and bunnies tumble through the wildflowers. And you are made to twirl in your own lovely way. Just like Audrey and her animal friends, you are exactly who God created you to be. Look inside and see. Little girl, highly recommend this book. So that about wraps up today's video. I'm so excited to have the new hutch to style, play around with, and I can't wait to decorate it for Christmas. That is crazy to say, and I really haven't thought about it too much, but it's gonna be a lot of fun styling that piece for all the different holidays. I hope you are enjoying your fall season. Stay tuned for my next video. We're gonna do some more styling here in our home, cozy fall days together. And don't forget to check out the factor meals. Like I said, I'll have my promo code linked down below in the description box if you wanna try them out for yourself. Guys, for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you all soon in my next one. Bye, friends.